So I'm getting that your voice is very commanding. You have I heard a commander's voice. Okay. Your voice is very commanding. Spirit is saying the issue is that sometimes you don't use it. Spirit wants you to use your voice more, to speak more, especially about, I'm hearing opinionated topics, because I'm hearing your opinion is in alignment with change. I'm also hearing that you're not the only one with that opinion. Okay. Your voice speaks volumes. The reason why you have a commanding voice is because individuals that have blockages, you will help them to unblock their blockages. You have the ability to do that. That is one of your divine gifts, to be able to help people remove blockages that are stopping them from their full potential. You have the ability to remove unnecessary influence from individuals that are suffering from it. Okay, so you are very powerful. You have a commanding voice, and this is the reason why you have it. Is so you can use it, of course. That's why you have it. I'm picking up this energy. Is someone told you that you speak well before, or that you articulate yourself well? There's something here about articulation. You articulate yourself well, and people who listen to you appreciate that from you because they understand you. I heard you try to refrain from getting too fancy with your words, because if you do that, many people will not understand you. So you still speak as you speak. However, you try to make sure that what you speak is heard, understood when you do have something to say. Now I'm hearing sometimes you do have something to say, but you just choose not to say it. Sometimes you don't want to ruffle anyone's feathers. You don't want to make any noise in a way of disturbance. So many of you feel like if you speak, you'll disturb someone. You'll be disturbing. So that means that you're putting yourself on the back burner. You're not putting yourself in the forefront as you should. And it's not in a condescending way. It's not in a way of being boastful. This is in a way of having something to say and using your voice, because that's why it was given to you. Spirit is saying you have the gift so you could use it. Okay. I've given it to you so you could feel fluent and comfortable with your gifts. Many of you have many gifts, but you're not fluent in them because of discomfort that you've grown to have. Because something in your past made you feel like you were a disturbance. I just keep on getting that energy. Something in your past made you feel like you were disturbing someone. When you speak, you feel like you are disturbing someone. However, your words hold so much weight in the best way, because they hit hard, they hit home, but then they also promote and encourage change. And it's not just change for you. However, it's change for everyone. It's not just you. So that means that your speech comes from a place that is not selfish. It comes from a place of unity, in a way of calling in who belongs to your soul family. Your voice calls in, your voice is your frequency. Your voice is your frequency. It's a part of your frequency because you also have your auric, energetic frequency, but then you also have your speech. Your speech holds a certain frequency that can heal. It is healing. Some of you may be musicians and you have a healing tone. You can heal people just by speaking or just by sharing what you've created. Okay. What else? The color blue is significant. And you have a way about you where you don't have a problem going with the flow. You don't resist flow. And that's a good thing, because that means that you're allowing yourself to be in alignment with that cosmic energy. You're allowing yourself to be in alignment. So you just let things happen as they happen, and you don't resist them, regardless of what it may seem like, or if a part of you wants to push it away. You're learning not to push it away. You're learning to accept it. It's reminding me of a tree in the wind, where the wind is soft and it just sways like this. This is what it's reminding me of. Because that even the tree is moving with its environment effortlessly and just in sync. And I feel as though when you start to, or when you do, for those who are, when you move in your flow, I'm just going to say it like that. When you move into your flow, I heard anything goes. When you move into your flow, you don't resist what's coming to you. You don't resist it. You allow it to come. And when you allow what is coming to you spiritually, you open yourself up to receive more. And it just improves your circumstances, not just for you, but for those around you. Because when you do that, you begin to learn from the spirit realm. That's when you allow spirit to teach you. Everything we learn spiritually is not always in a book. I said this a long time ago, but it's very true. When you have a strong connection with spirit and you take heed to your life experiences and you recognize what lessons you learned from certain life experiences, spirit teaches you in that way. That's how you begin to learn, through the synchronicities, through the misunderstandings, which then gain understanding. Even the chaos and the distractions, they're all opportunities for you to learn from them. I heard, so do your best not to reject any opportunities, even if they don't seem like they're the best ones. They're necessary because they will help you in your future. It's just that when it is happening in that moment, it feels like a disturbance for you. So another reason why many of you feel like you don't want to disturb anyone is because you're often disturbed by things. And you know how you feel when you feel disturbed by something. So then you don't want to give that same energy to someone else. You don't want to be a disturbance, but Spirit is saying don't worry about that. You are not a disturbance. First I heard you're a siren, and then I heard you're a soundboard. Hold on, let me look that up real quick. I heard you're a siren and then a soundboard. So your voice is necessary, and your voice is also appreciated. Let me see. I just feel as though this is giving that you listen well, and you also have many topics within you that you speak to. Like you have many topics within you that you speak to. Things that you know of, things that are a problem. You know how to take the messages that you receive from Spirit and increase them. You know how to enhance them, and you know how to enhance the potency, the strength of the messages that you receive from the spiritual realm. You know how to do that. You're an amplifier. So when you speak, that means that you're also a tower as well. You naturally create change where you go. So you might also feel as though there could have been times where when you spoke, it seemed like people didn't want to listen to you, or they got annoyed. And that could be another reason why you decided to stop speaking. But that wasn't an indication to tell you to stop speaking. That was actually to tell you to keep speaking. Because when you speak truth, many people are not going to want to hear it. They're going to push you away. And that's just what it is, because you are placed here to help people to make the best decision for themselves. However, if they do not, that's on them, and that's not your problem, really. You did your part. So it's best to continue to speak, and those who are in alignment with what you're saying and actually feel you and your frequency to a point of wanting or recognizing that they have a desire to change. Sorry for the noise in the background. My windows are open. I like the flow. I like the airflow. Okay, that's why my windows are usually open, even though it's winter time. Don't mind me. It's actually not that cold though. But anyway. Spirit wants you to speak because you're a part of the shift. So your words hold weight. They hold a lot of value, regardless of how impactful you think they are. And I'm not saying be forceful either. I don't want you to misinterpret what I'm saying. However, Spirit just wants you to be free flowing with what you have on your mind. That's what's most important, because as you allow topics to freely flow from within you, that's when the magic happens. When you don't think about it too much. Spirit doesn't want you to, look at a person, see something wrong with them and say, oh yeah, and then seem critical. Okay. It's more so of just in conversation, being yourself and not really holding back from what you have to say. Still speak to others how you would like to be spoken to. I'm not saying be disrespectful or out of order. However, it's more so just about feeling comfortable expressing yourself, because too many of you are not comfortable expressing yourself from some type of idea that you have about your self-expression and how people react to your self-expression. And it's just because when you speak, you hold so much power that many people around you, especially family and friends, are not going to like what you say. And for some, I'm hearing especially family and friends, because I feel like that's where this whole ideology that you've adapted to or adopted, you're believing it, and it's making you stay quiet when Spirit wants you to speak. This is one of those ideas that you have in your mind that need to be broken down for your growth, because you will feel so much better speaking and saying what you really want to speak and say, because you have so much to say and you haven't been saying it. And it's really just because of the projections of your environment have led you to believe that what you have to say, no one wants to hear it. However, there are individuals that do want to hear it. And now I'm hearing it's also a good idea for you to change your environment and start to expose it. I was almost not, that's not the right way to say it. Start to allow yourself to be in different environments with different people by doing some more exploration when it comes to what your interests are. Allow yourself to explore those areas so that you can align with a different grade of people, because it will be helpful to this shift that you're going through right now. And I feel like many of you have so much to say, but you haven't been saying it because you don't want to burden anyone too. That's another thing I'm hearing, like burden. And many people around you are not in alignment with you. That's another thing. When you have big ideas and the individuals around you are thinking are thinking in a small way, it's hard for you to communicate with them because you feel as though they don't really understand you, or they reject you quickly. They're quicker to reject you and criticize you than to listen to you and just hear you first before they pass judgment. You know, all this noise wasn't happening until I pressed record, right? I don't know what it's about, but this is New York for you. But anyway, don't be afraid of your own voice. Don't quiet down to try to be pleasing to someone else that just doesn't want to hear you speak because of their own insecurities. Because now you're not speaking is giving you insecurities, because there's many things that you have to say and things on your mind. And now this mindset is bleeding into many sectors of your life when it comes to naturally speaking to people in public, when it comes to your career, your job, your life, like overall. Now the communication skills have declined because of, it is giving people pleasing, but it's also giving, it's like this extensive consideration that you have for others in their opinion of you. However, do you think that they care about your opinion? That is what Spirit wants you to look at. When you don't speak, when you want to, do you think they care? Do they think they're like, oh no, let me not, behave in such a way when they speak to make them feel as though I don't like what they're saying. Let me check myself so that they can, speak freely without feeling like they're being targeted or ignored or disrespected. No, they don't feel like that. They're staying strong in what their belief system is. So Spirit definitely wants you to stay strong in yours. However, don't allow someone else's beliefs to influence yours, especially if they have anything to do with you shrinking down to someone that you're not. When God has placed boldness in you to be bold and courageous and speak, especially when you have something to say. And many times when you don't speak up, when you actually did want to, like there was a lot that you had to say, you don't feel good after that. And you might think about it over and over again in your mind, like, I should have said what I wanted to say. Like, I should have said it. I should have just said it. But because you're such a kind, nurturing person, you always put yourself last in everything. You always put yourself last in so many different sectors of your life that you end up feeling drained and depleted and like a shell of yourself because you're not fully being yourself. And you find so much discomfort in this, but you have an extensive amount of respect for others that you disrespect yourself. This is no more. This should be no more. And Spirit is bringing this up because they love your voice and they love the way you speak and they love your ideas. So start working in alignment with your spirit and with yourself, because that is the true nature of you. Okay? That is the true nature of you. It's not about external forces. It has nothing to do with that when it comes to your life. It all has to do with you finding all of the answers within you. As soon as you grasp that and you take heed to it, and then you start to act in that way, in such a way as you have been granted to, because we've all been granted a voice so we can speak and so we can express ourselves. Not saying, you know, mistreat people and just be out here acting crazy, wreaking havoc. However, sometimes that's necessary too, you know, because that's just the way it is. Sometimes you do have to make sure you take a stand in your beliefs, because you know that there's purpose behind your thoughts and the actions that you take. They're purposeful, just as your life is full of purpose. See, when we as a people get stuck thinking so much about what other people expect from us, we lose track of our own purpose. And then that's misery. So don't allow yourself to be miserable off the strength of trying to please someone that doesn't really care much about you, honestly. Because they don't. They don't care much about you. Because if they did, regardless of if they don't agree with what you're saying, they would let you finish speaking and then they would respond. So I have a pink chariot. That's giving rose quartz, hot pink, love. I just heard the Pink Panther. The Pink Panther. I haven't seen that little cartoon in a long time. He's a cat. Panther. I'm getting that you're actually very fierce. You have a fierce personality and approach when it comes to how you really feel, but you don't express it because you feel like it's offensive, but it's not. It's you. You're only offensive if your intentions are offensive, or if see, I'm getting a heart now. I just picked up a heart. So we have the heart, and we also have the pink chariot or carriage. So it's I heard ride out with love for yourself and love for your spirit team, because they are wanting you to walk in your own authenticity and not be afraid of what other people will say about that, because that's what's preventing you from feeling the freedom that you deserve to feel in your life, because this is your life. You know, who are these individuals to make you feel as though you can't speak just because of their reaction to what you say? That just means those are not the right people for you to be around. Okay, if you say some things and you have people around you that are turning their nose up at you when you open your mouth, then that means those people you've outgrown. You've outgrown them now. They're not for you anymore. And that's fine. As soon as you accept it, the sooner you will find peace within yourself and within your environment, because you'll start to end up being around other individuals that are in alignment with you. There's no need to force a relationship with individuals that are no longer in alignment with you, because they were probably supposed to leave a long time ago or be separated from you a long time ago. And you might be the individual that's holding the relationship that's worth separating from. Okay? It's time for you to grow in love and respect for oneself, to the point that you don't really pay so much attention to what other people feel or think about what you say, because you know that they don't have to listen to you. They can go their merry way. They can go take a walk and walk on by. That's what I just heard. Let them walk on by. They don't want to hear it. They don't have to listen. Bye-bye. It's simple, right? Simplify it. Make it easier for yourself. But when it comes to this message, it's just really you being in tune with yourself to allow yourself to express yourself the way you want to, instead of holding back to appease others in their action towards you, or facial expressions or mannerisms. They can keep all those wherever they're at, or just get the hell away from you. Okay, one or the other. Okay, so Be you. Be comfortable within your own skin. Love yourself. And you will end up aligning, or other individuals that are in alignment with you will be found in your environment. Not found, but they'll just show up, right? I think that's the way I want to say it. They'll just show up when you least expect it. But you do have to be out and about, and the only way for those who are in alignment with you to see you is if you are like kind of putting yourself in environments that connect with your soul's purpose, And that's just saying that when you're in spaces doing things that you like to do, it increases the likelihood that you'll end up connecting with individuals that are in alignment with your soul, which makes them your soul family. Okay? So that is the message. I hope this message gets to who needs to hear it. Everything you do, do it with love. Always remember that the creator is in you and the magic is too, because you're magic. Much love to y'all. See you in the next video.